Alright, just in case that didn't sync. Down, up now, down. Alright.
I think if we wanted a real challenge, we would do 5.
Point taken on board. What's up guys, Putty here, and welcome to this impromptu Halloween special. My name is Putty from the event Matsudiro X, and I've got a special guest with me today.
Hi! My name's Marshall from Mott Event
You can't do
Gaming.
it, can you? You can't do it, can you?
I couldn't figure it the fuck out. I don't know what you did. It was like black magic.
I'm good with wordplay.
I was thinking, I think you took most of the words. I don't know. Anyway.
Hello everyone.
Yeah, hey.
Today we're playing zombies because it's spooky.
Ooh.
So, if you want it to be a trick, you leave the thumbs up. And if you want it to be a treat, you leave the thumbs up.
You get the fuck out of here. Go the fuck away. Go to someone else's channel. We don't put up with that shit.
Anyway, so today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the description multiple episodes throughout my channel's history where I deal with some spooky shit, because my New Vegas episode, my New Vegas series isn't like in the right position right now in terms of the schedule to put out any kind of spooky episodes. So if you'd like to see some spooky episodes from the past of New Vegas, or Fallout 3, or maybe Red Dead, I'm not going to put Undead Nightmare in there, even though it's probably appropriate because that series is dreadful. But if you want to watch some other videos to get in the spirit, either check out the description of this video or check out the link in the description of this video, which will lead to
Videos.
your channel.
Oh, my channel, the Event Horizon X, which coincidentally there will be on Halloween night, which I'm assuming you're uploading this.
I'm hoping to get this out before you. So
okay.
So that'll give you time to like get it. You know what I mean? Like they can go there in preparation for your. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, anyway. So. Yeah, so basically I'm having a Halloween special, and one of the parts is almost like a counteract to this one. There is a Call of Duty Zombies commentary on there. So if you really like this commentary and you're like, man, I'd love to hear more of this banter, then that's gonna be your way to go. Yeah, banter. But
there's other stuff, right?
There is other stuff. There's a campfire. I call it a fireside chat. There is there is a Call of Cthulhu try through, I want to say. It's definitely not a playthrough. And there
Which
is
Call of Cthulhu game?
Dark Corners of the Earth.
There you go.
The only one I have. And then the last part is sort of a surprise.
Is Call of Cthulhu an actual like monster game, or is it like comedy like Cthulhu Saves the World?
It's an actual monster game, but it's so old and the voice acting so bad that it's a comedy in many ways.
Oh shit, I was changing my volume.
Run for it!
Don't die. Get a weapon or something. Yeah, so it's an actual... Say it again? Because the voice acting's so bad, the comedy...
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely meant to be a proper scary game, and in many aspects it is, because the way they make it, you feel pretty freaked out at certain times. Like for example, the character will just start uncontrollably breathing, and it makes you uncontrollably breathe. Like, I'd be commentating, and I didn't think the part was scary. Like, we'd just be looking at pictures, and I'll be like, oh, it's just pictures. Okay. And he'd just be like, how are these here? What's going on? And he'll just start going, and his heart will start beating really fast. And I'm like, wait, what's going on? And I can't control myself. I start freaking out. So they did that really well. It was like psychological, but other parts are you have these really bad voice actors who are like, come over here, see? And they're like, and it's pretty funny. But overall, I'd say it was a worthwhile. It was a quirky game for Halloween special, I'll say that.
See, what I like about you, and I haven't seen the whole special yet, so I can't judge, is that you're actually doing, like, proper games to get you in the mood, rather than doing, jump scare games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen the Halloween specials yet, because, we're recording it a day in advance, but I can imagine there'll be a lot of them today.
Oh, oh yeah, a lot of jump scares. And I had some people ask me, "Are you gonna record? Are you gonna put like Amnesia? Are you gonna do Five Nights at Freddy's
Wait,
or all
Amnesia isn't in the same category. You can't say that.
as jump scares?
Yeah.
Well, it is a jump scare game.
Yeah, but it's got more atmosphere to it.
Okay, okay, I'll give it that.
Then it has more atmosphere to it than it has jump scares.
I had.
Are you talking about Machine for Pigs, or are you talking for the original?
I have no idea. I've never played it.
Because the original is not a jump scare game.
But I will say this. I had like 3 people who are interested in the channel ask me in person if I was going to do Five Nights at Freddy's.
That's a pretty good game.
But well, my problem with doing that game is everyone's going to be doing it for Halloween, and it's like, you know, I don't want to be that kid who's dressed up like all the other kids going trick or treating. I'll look like an asshole.
Yeah, I don't know if everyone will do it today. I'm not sure. I just think it's not the traditional type of game for that. I know.
But yeah, no. But I think I went with games I like, and the last part is a little bit nostalgic for me, and it's crazy. But yeah, okay. So that will be the Halloween special on my channel.
Link is in the description to Marshall's channel, along with a couple of videos that you might find appropriate for the occasion if you're interested, if you're bored. So, do you think you'll see Slender make a reappearance tonight? On YouTube anywhere? You've got points to burn. Open some doors, Marshall. You can get junk.
Oh, yeah, sure. Do you think I will watch Slender? Like, you asking if I'll seek it out?
Well, no, I'm asking, like, you've seen it. I don't think anybody's still playing it on YouTube. Do you think we'll see some more videos of it tonight?
Oh yeah, they'll bring it back up. Didn't they make sequels to the game?
I thought they were unofficial. Not unofficial, but like unofficial to the original creator. You know what I mean? I thought they were other creators.
Really?
I think so, yeah.
I thought someone made a proper game on Steam.
Oh, yeah, but not... I didn't mean unofficial as in, like, modders. I meant unofficial, like, in other game devs making similar types of games.
Yeah. Okay.
Rather than...
But yeah, no, I would definitely say we would see some of your Slenders, some of your... I don't know, what are some other Slender type games? I'm not really an expert in the genre.
Neither
Do you know
am
any?
I. Let me think. Well, Slender type, I think that's a bit unfair to these games that I'm about to bring up. But definitely jump scare based ones like Fatal Frame, which is very good. And the new Bethesda game.
What?
The new Bethesda game?
Oh, yes. The Fear... What is it called?
The Evil Within, which is...
The Evil Within. I was going to say The Fear Within, which would probably be another good title for it. Yeah, I haven't seen any gameplay. Are you sure it's going to be like that?
I've heard terrible things.
Terrible things about the gameplay?
About the gameplay.
Oh, wow.
Terrible things.
I didn't even know. Oh, I guess it's out. Yeah, so you would hear things. Yeah, I always got the impression from the trailers that it would be more of a psychological thriller than it would be just jump scares.
But the trailers would do that, wouldn't they?
Yeah, I guess.
I don't even watch trailers anymore unless it's a game I wanna get hyped about. You know what I mean?
I watch trailers for games that I don't plan on buying.
It's weird. That's a bad thing because you'll eventually want to buy them.
No, I watch trailers for movie and games I don't plan on buying until they're really cheap. For example, I watched I don't know, I can't think of any because I usually watch all movies, but as far as games, yeah, I watched Evil Within because I'm like, oh, it's Bethesda make decent trailers and I'm not gonna buy this game, so I'll watch it.
I won't sit down for a 4-minute video unless I think it's going to be really good. I'll look for the bigger ones. Like, that's why trailers never appeal to me. It's like, I would rather watch an hour...
How are you going to know if a game's going to be... video is really good until you watch it?
Because, no, I'll make assumptions. I'm like, it's a trailer. They're going to be, like, planting ideas in my head. It's not going to actually be good. Trailers are marketing material. I don't want to watch them. Like,
okay.
If I want to figure out whether a game is good or not, I'll watch a review.
See, I don't want to watch a trailer for a game I want to play because it's giving away parts of the game. I want to be completely surprised, as well as a movie. I want to go into a movie, unless it's a movie that's based on a book I've already read, because then I know how it ends. But, for example, I watched the trailer for Hobbit because I've read the book several times, and there's no surprises there. But I don't want anything given away before I go into the experience. I want it to be completely new. That's just me. I know a lot of people aren't like that, but...
I've been burned too many times by companies like Infinity Ward, and I need to know a game is good before I buy it, to be honest with you. Unless it's like dirt cheap.
But you just said the trailers are no indication of whether it's good or bad.
That's
so.
why I don't watch trailers, but you were just saying you want it to be a complete surprise. I need to figure out whether it's good before I buy it.
Oh, well, I mean, I might read a review that says if it's good or not, but I don't want spoilers of any sort, or not even minor spoilers. I don't even want to know the character's name.
Yeah. Well, I need to know why the plot is good, and so I'll need minor spoilers for that. Because some people will say, like, the plot of Borderlands is good, and I would thoroughly disagree. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I've seen many people say the plot of Borderlands is good.
Well, I think a lot of people get confused with literary terms, and they might be confusing plot with writing.
I don't think the writing's very good.
Oh, I think the writing in Borderlands is pretty good.
Very immature, and I don't get the humor. I get the humor, it's just it doesn't make me laugh.
I think a lot of video games need to be immature, especially shooters.
I don't think video games should take themselves seriously, but Borderlands does take itself seriously as a comedic story, and I just with that game, I think it's waiting for you to laugh, and I'm not laughing. You know what I mean? Rather than just like let's just have some fun. It's more like we are going to entertain you, and it doesn't.
Yeah. I guess. I think a good example of the opposite of that, where you're not expecting it to entertain you, and then it became a really comedic experience for me personally, was Portal 2. I went into it for the puzzles, because I was like, oh.
You played Portal 1, no?
Yeah. And in Portal 1, there were a lot of puzzles.
Yeah, but there was also some good.
There were slight hints of humor, but the dialogue was so. It was very limited.
But you knew in Portal 2 they were gonna just expand on that.
Yeah, but honestly, I didn't think it was that funny in Portal 1. The dialogue was good.
It was better.
It just wasn't. What?
I thought it was better in Portal 1. I think it was a more.
The dialogue.
The pacing of the game meant that every dialogue had more impact, whereas in Portal 2 it was too long. Definitely too long.
Oh, I didn't think Portal 2 was too long, but I mean.
I don't like the genre, so I guess Portal 1 was that a unique experience for me where it had managed to get the genre just right for me to like it, whereas Portal 2 just didn't. It was one of the same as that genre. Mm-hmm. More of the same, perhaps.
Well, I played a lot of games that are a lot longer than Portal 2, so I didn't think it was...
Yeah, but that type
even
of
in that genre,
okay.
I've played game. Because, I mean, the problem is, a lot of games in that genre don't know how to give the game meaning. They're focusing so much on the mechanics that they're not really doing anything to make you want to play. You know, give you a reason, give your character a reason to play. These games now give your it's commonplace to make a character in any game genre now, basically, unless it's like Bejeweled. But a lot of these game genres, I mean, have not mastered giving your character purpose. And I'd say the puzzle game genre is one of them that has not really mastered giving their characters purpose. And I thought Portal was different than the rest.
See, that was my problem. I didn't think in Portal 2 it did that. I didn't think in Portal 1 it did it either, but it's just the pacing of the game was right to the fact that you didn't care because you as a person wanted to continue playing. Whereas by the time Portal 2 reached its halfway stage, I was bored.
Oh, you were I guess that's exactly where we're opposite. I was enthralled the entire time by that experience. And I thought the way the stages were leveled and everything was planned out, like the history of the game, finding out about and also this also needs.
See, we were gonna play Killing Floor, and it would have been suitable considering the map we were gonna play.
Aperture, yeah. The thing is, remember, this is also coming from, you started playing RPGs.
Very much.
I think you said Earthbound was one of your first games. Right?
Yeah.
I think we had a conversation about that on this map a while ago.
I think I think my first game was one of the Final Fantasies. I think it might have been like 6. But
I think you might have said, yeah.
But Earthbound was my first I am a gamer. This is awesome.
So, I grew up with Half-Life and that universe, and so that makes it more nostalgic, and that makes me want to learn more about the background of Aperture, Black Mesa's rival. And Portal 2 did that for me because Portal was so vague. You learned barely anything. You learned one thing, and that's that they hate the shit out of Black Mesa. A couple times you learned that. And Portal 2, you learned that you learn about all this theft and all this larceny, and you learn of all this drama and the fact that the Aperture takes these desperate. Oh, by the way, huge spoilers for anyone who hasn't played the game. Jesus. But you find out they've taken these desperate measures to try to stay ahead of their competition, and that ends up being their downfall when they become too advanced and start creating robots that are too powerful, and Black Mesa become the ones who are behind the curve, but at least they're still alive. Yeah, I don't know. Because I grew up with it, I think that also made the experience more touching for me in many ways.
Well, I get it, because with Dual Destinies, Phoenix Wright Dual Destinies, I got a similar experience where it had been such a long time since I had played.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have if I just played straight through the 3. I probably wouldn't have gotten the same experience that you did. In fact, I can guarantee you I wouldn't, or anyone. You need
I don't know,
to
with those games though, each of them is so long that if you did play all 4 in succession, at the end of it you would feel like you've been through a journey. I think that would be an experience, a different one, but an experience.
I don't think it'd be the same though.
I said it was different, but I said it would it'd still be some sort of experience where you would get the emotional impact at the end in the same effect, even if it was a different emotional impact. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I do get what you're coming from with that universe. It's the same with a lot of universes. Like I said, like Earthbound, Mother 4 is coming out this year, and I'm sure it'll be the same there. Final Fantasy, I can't really relate because everyone is different and they're dreadful these days. But
yeah. They change a lot.
Monster Hunter, I know it wasn't that big of a gap, but playing Monster Hunter Tri in 2007 and then 5 years later playing 3U and seeing how much better of a player I am in video games in general, doing things that I did in like a months back in 2007, I did in like a week in 2012.
Yeah, and I think that's how you know a game is. Well, for me, that's how I knew that Fallout 3, and then when I first played it, was my new favorite game because I had a more fun experience than I did with the first game I ever played. It totally recaptivated my enthusiasm for video games as a whole, and that's when I knew this is it. But
yeah,
what were you saying?
Well, going back to the previous point about like the games and having such a long break and finally getting what you wanted, which was like a sequel and a exploration of that world. I think that's why Skyrim and Fallout 3 hit me so badly, is because I was expecting so much more from those games because I had waited so long for them. You know what I mean? I had waited 5 years, maybe a bit longer for Fallout 3, and then 4 for Skyrim. And that doesn't seem like that long of a time, I guess, when you think about it, especially when Fallout fans were waiting for Fallout 3 a lot longer than me. But I was still really looking forward to this game, so 5 years is a long time. It's longer than my channel life. And they came and they just weren't what I wanted them to be, and so that hurt me more than if I just played them as games, like some people did, heralding them as the best games of all time.
Yeah, I can't experience that because I played Oblivion... I played Oblivion for the first time 3 months before Skyrim was released, and then 3 months after it was released, I bought Skyrim because I wasn't finished. I was like, they were like, my friends were like, dude, have you bought Skyrim? I'm like, what are you talking about Skyrim? I'm playing Oblivion, man. This game's awesome, because I was still, in the middle of it. I wasn't even close to being done. And then eventually I was like, okay, I'll try Skyrim. But yeah, everyone's laughing at me, but that was my, my coming out phase with Bethesda games, and I would agree with you that it's a totally different experience to where if you're with a series for a long time, or if you're with it for a little bit, if you're with it for a long time, you treat it more harshly, and if you're with it for a little bit, you have lower expectations.
Well, that's the thing, though. I treat things harshly, but with New Vegas, I still said it was great because it delivered, whereas again, we disagree on this, but because I was waiting so long for a good Fallout game, and Fallout 3 comes along and it just didn't deliver, I was so angry at it. But then New Vegas comes along, I've been waiting so long for a good Fallout game.
See, I
and
didn't
it
even
did
know you were
deliver.
angry when it first came out. You were so, you know, you said you liked the game initially.
Yeah, it was.
So really, this anger was not initial at all. It generated over
Oh
years
no,
of you.
no, I disliked the game fundamentally when it came out because of certain problems I have with it. But it was still, it's a good game. I gave it a 6 out of 10. And it's a game I would recommend to anyone. It's a game that's worth the money. It's just not a game that, in my opinion, delivers on expectations. It let me down. Which is the biggest sin you can do to a fan. Is let them down.
See, and I think it's impossible for game companies not to let their fans down every once in a while because, well, I suppose that's not true depending on the series. For example, if you're a fan
if you make
of,
it as good as the last one, I won't complain. Unfortunately,
if you're a,
that's what I said.
if you're a fan of football, what was I gonna say? If you're a fan of like Madden, the Madden series, you're probably not gonna be let down because you're expecting the same game every year. If you're a fan of the Call of Duty series, you're probably not gonna be let down.
Yeah.
But I feel that most developers try to innovate with their games, which I think is a good thing. But unfortunately, innovation, as all studies have proven, is terrible for selling games and game consoles. So, I mean, rarely, every once in a while, you have innovation that works. But most of the time, innovation kills. I got to get out of here. So basically, I think as far as that, it's hard not. I think if a company lets down their fans, it's not necessarily because they, necessarily because they messed up. I think in many respects it's because they tried something new, and the fans didn't like it.
I see what you mean. I mean, it's just that so many things were done well in that game. I just feel like if they had just taken the same approach as Black Isle did.
Well, also it was a different company, so. What were you expecting? You were expecting a company to deliver on a previous company's promises.
Obsidian are a different, like 50% of the old staff, but still.
Well, and that's why you like that game.
Yeah, but there's still 50% of new staff, and they still picked it up fine.
Yeah, but they were being run by the old staff.
Chris Avellone was involved in Fallout 3. It wasn't like they were completely blind. They could have had more creative.
Are you saying Chris Avellone ruined Fallout 3?
No,
I think that's what you just said.
Well, Chris Avellone was involved in Fallout 2, 3, and New Vegas. So I think he has a 2 out of 3 success rate, so I will blame Bethesda for the one he screwed up. And see, the problem is when we talk about it in this way,
I bet he was involved in tactics.
I'm put in the position of attacking 3, and I don't want to be because I don't feel like that. But when you're such a Fallout 3 apologetic, I feel like I have to be the one to say no, this was actually not as good. But in most situations, I will say it is a very good game. It's a 6 out of 10. It's above average, but it's not a 10 out of 10. It's not a 9 out of 10. It's not an 8 out of 10. It's not a great game. It's just a good game.
See, I think in many respects, I'm not a good critic. I've never been. I like most games that I play. Because, like I said, I go into almost all games with absolutely no expectations of what it's going to be. And a lot of times I'm trying a genre out for the first time because there's so many subgenres nowadays. Jesus Christ. But
like Penal.
Like what?
Penal.
What is that?
It's a subgenre.
What is it called?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I just bleep that out. 8-byte censorship again.
But yeah, I don't know. I've always been very
naive.
Just, accepting of all games, and so that naive.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not naive. I enjoy the games.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I will enjoy the games. I truly do enjoy the games.
Of course you do.
I think the better word is I just am not picky.
I disagree.
You think I'm picky
No,
with
I
games?
don't think you're picky. I just don't think that's the right word for it. I think you're easily impressed.
That is the definition of not picky.
No, because picky indicates like a very like picky is me. Picky is someone who only likes 2 games. But you know, and then you're the guy who likes every game. There is a middle ground, and that middle ground.
Oh, I don't like every
isn't
game.
picky. Okay, I'm the guy who likes 2 games. You're the guy who dislikes 2 games, and then there is a middle ground.
No, I don't like probably 20% of the games on the market.
See, exactly. 2 games wasn't like out of the entirety. It's the same with me. 20% is about what I was going for.
Okay.
You don't like the little margins, whereas I don't like the little margin.
And then, but I only play. The thing is, the difference between liking a game and saying, "Oh yeah, this was decently well made. I don't have anything bad to say about it," and playing a game is huge because I have probably 40 or 50 games on my Steam library where I could say, "Yeah, that's a good game." You'll look at my playtime; it'll be under an hour.
Yeah.
So the difference for me is there's only a few games out there where I actually spend more than 10 hours playing. I think I'll be accepting of some games, but I probably can't put my finger on why I don't want to play it as much as other games. And I think that's the difference. I think that's why I originally said I'm not a good critic. I can't put my finger on. You ready? Reloaded?
Yeah, go for it.
I can't put my finger on why I don't like a game, so I usually just say, "Oh, it's good. It's probably just me." It's not you, it's me.
Sad.
And that's why I'm the worst critic. I'm the opposite of a critic. But
yeah, with me, unless it's a very specific situation where I see a game's potential, usually if I stop playing it, it's a very big, like, red X on the game for me. Like if I can't continue to play the game, a la BioShock Infinite, then it's a big like this game is a problem.
See what when you can't continue, or you just
when the
decide not
the game does not make me want to continue playing, that's a problem with the game for me.
Oh yeah, that's probably most games I play.
Like when I'm like, okay, this game is not giving me a reason to pick up the controller or get back on the keyboard. I that's a big negative for me. That's not, that's something I'm gonna hold against the game, even a little bit. But again, I'll put it into context. If it's, if I'm having a bad week, then I won't like say the game is dreadful just because I put it down for a couple of hours, But if it's like BioShock Infinite where I see the problems with it and I see why I don't want to play it, then yeah, I'm gonna say, look, I couldn't really finish this in this quick of a time because this game didn't make me want to. That's a problem. That's why I dislike. That's one of the reasons. That's the main reason why I dislike that game. Is it gives you no reason to continue to play. Well, okay, sorry. It gives you a reason. It's a story, but because you have to drudge through uninteresting and terrible gameplay.
You have
stages.
to drudge through terrible gameplay. I liked the game.
Yeah, well, that's why opinions exist and game journalism exists.
Classic shooter.
And the classic shooter genre isn't that good for me. The classic shooter genre has a.
But like I said, that's what I was raised on.
I don't think you can tell a very good story when you're playing a murderer.
Oh, I didn't play games when I was little for story.
Yeah, but you played them now.
I played games because I could kill things.
Yeah, but like you can make that stop now. I didn't play Earthbound when I was little because of the dark and eerie references. I played it because the gameplay mechanics were sound.
Yes, but there's still that little child inside of me who just wants to shoot things.
Right, I see.
And so if there's a game that is good at shooting things, I'll play it. And BioShock for me was good at.
See, but that was my problem. I didn't think he was even good at shooting things.
I thought the combat was high paced.
You could only use 2 guns.
Very simple and fun to play. You could use.
Okay, you can only use 2 guns at a time.
Yeah, that's fine. That's most games.
Now that's most games nowadays, but it shouldn't be. That's not a classic shooter if you can only use 2 guns.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I didn't mind that.
Consoles for you. That is literally the development of console shooters, making it so that only 2 weapons can be used these days. I've stunned him. He's now dead.
I don't know. I was gonna say that the DLC.
The DLC was really good.
What I think was funny about everything you're saying. Let's go through all of this. Is interesting, and I think even Putty has to give the creators of BioShock credit for what they did. It's like they were listening to Putty, because let's listen to Putty's main complaints here. Okay, so Booker is a psychopath, according to you, which I would agree with, because he's killing all these people. And really, at the basis of the story, he is a psychopath. Okay. He's Comstock. So, but anyway, was that not one of the reasons you didn't like it? Because you had to kill hundreds of scores of people in very gruesome ways. Secondly, what was the second reason?
I didn't think the gameplay was interesting.
Yes, you didn't, and you just said one of the things, you could only carry 2 weapons. Let's look at the DLC.
Wait,
you can carry.
Before we look at the very, very good, stellar piece of DLC that was absolutely incredible, let's look at the very, very terrible piece of DLC that came out before it, shall we?
Part 1?
No, not Part 1. The Clash in the Clouds.
Oh, I mean, Clash in the Clouds was
stellar as well.
cheap little thing if you wanted to shoot things.
There you go. That's all it was.
Anyway.
It was like $5.
I'd say that's cheap.
That's the price of a New Vegas DLC.
Yeah, years after it's come out.
That's the price of New Vegas now, but that was the price of a New Vegas DLC when it came out, $5.99.
$5.99? No, it isn't.
It was $5.99 on Xbox 360.
New Vegas DLC was $15.
It was $5.99 UK pounds on Xbox.
Okay, well, I don't remember ever it being. I paid $20, I think, for Honest Hearts when it first came out.
You didn't buy Honest Hearts when it first came out, did you?
I did. Honest Hearts came out when I bought New Vegas.
Right. Okay.
But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So in episode 1 and 2, so you carry all guns. You play as Elizabeth, and there's literally now some people can still play aggressively, but I did in my Let's Play, if you want to see an example of this, you can walk through and not kill anyone the whole time. Now, the one problem is she uses a gigantic crossbow. It's unbelievable that wouldn't hurt like a shit ton, but, you know, whatever.
Yeah, that is a problem.
Hey, I'm going to put you to sleep with a crossbow. I'd say that's a problem more on the standpoint of believability, but I see what they were trying to do, because a crossbow, because it kind of fits in with a theme of steampunkiness.
I mean, yeah, crossbows have been non-lethal weapons for a while. They have. DSX even did it.
But what was he gonna say? Yeah, and the everything about it, I think, sort of fixed what Putty was looking for, wouldn't you say?
And I should play it one of these days, because it was, from what I've seen, very, very, very good. And it does fix a lot of problems. And in fact, you've inspired me today, but these are plans. These are plans that may never come off. I might do a playthrough of Infinite, just to go through it one more time and find out exactly what was wrong with it, and then do a review on it. Just to get my thoughts out there. Because I haven't really... Have I done a video on Infinite, or have I just rambled randomly in podcasts and shit?
That second thing.
So I might just go and do some stuff on it, even though it's...
Oh, when the hell did I die?
I almost got you, but... Oh well.
Did I stop playing? I think I just took my hands off the controls. I think that's how I died.
So I didn't... Yeah, that DLC is very good. That DLC is one of the best in a while, from what I've seen. I should play it. But... Yeah, we're at a standstill.
I also loved the second DLC because you play you basically like the way it starts and the way it makes it, the way it connects back to BioShock 1. Everything about it was really cool.
I also say that that the setting, the Paris setting in Clash in the Clouds,
the Paris setting
so
was
much
incredible.
more atmosphere than the Columbus setting or Columbia setting.
Oh yeah, well, and it felt real. It felt like it had a place. Columbia,
that atmosphere in Paris was incredible. Like there's nothing
Columbia
like
doesn't feel like a real place, but Paris was like that. That was 1912 Paris, right on the spot.
At least to me watching it, it made me feel like. It just made me feel...
Now, Putty's biased because his favorite show's song was in it.
It's true. But the atmosphere, it fitted so well. And the atmosphere was incredible.
Yeah, the song.
But yeah, no, it was so good. And it made me feel the way I think the devs wanted to make me feel, whereas I thought the main game I really didn't. The devs were like expecting me to have fun in this game, and I really just wanted to feel things, and they weren't letting me feel things because I was just killing people.
And yeah, I mean that's basically what that Paris scene was. In my Let's Play, I just walked around for 30 minutes looking at everything, touching.
Yeah. Go get Jug. Go get your perks.
Oh, Jug, yeah, I have a ton
Hit the
of
box.
money.
It's in the it's in the room, the lobby room above thing, going towards the MP40 room. Grab yourself a weapon on the way. So there's like a SMG in the room with the box. So grab that SMG and then hit the box for something as your secondary. You got that? Mashy? Mashy? Okay.
I got it.
You're so absent-minded. It's not even funny.
Fighting off the zombie hordes.
Okay, so how did we get on to Bioshock Infinite? I think it was from Fallout 3. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So everyone knows my opinion on Fallout 3. It's an above-average game that was hyped up way too much, and didn't live up to the Fallout series. But it's a decent open world post-apocalyptic game. Better than Rage, that's for damn sure. That's for damn sure.
Better than Rage.
You're really absent-minded when you're fighting zombie hordes.
No, I was thinking about Rage because I haven't played that in forever.
It wasn't bad, but Fallout 3 exists.
I saw what they were. I saw what they were trying to do with Rage. They didn't do it well.
Like, I commend.
Rage was like Borderlands.
I was about to say, I commend them for what they were going to do, but Fallout 3 exists and Borderlands exists. Therefore, Rage need not
and
exist.
Rage was a useless title.
It's not like it was because if you fuse Fallout 3 and Borderlands, it might work. But unfortunately, it tried to do both and didn't do either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you wanted the Borderlands experience, you just go play Borderlands.
It didn't get the right atmosphere of Fallout 3. It didn't get the right gameplay of Borderlands.
It didn't create its own atmosphere very well.
Everything went dick up.
Yeah.
It just felt sort of generically steampunky.
The ending wasn't very good, which created a lot of negative PR.
I don't think I ever finished it.
Yeah, well,
there are so many games I have never finished, and never will.
see, I have this weird thing where I will finish a game just to like make my judgment on it. Like, unless like it's that bad, it deserves to be finished before I can actually tell people whether it's a good game or not. So.
See, I'm not here to report on games.
I'm not saying report on them, but if someone like one of my friends asks, "Hey, is this game any good?" I don't feel comfortable telling them yes or no until I've finished it. Unless it was that bad where I'm like, no, don't even bother with it. It's just dreadful. But like with say, what was the game that I like basically forced myself to finish? Portal 2 I did actually force myself to finish. Borderlands 2 I forced myself to finish. 6 months later.
I never finished Borderlands 2.
I almost didn't, but I did go back to make my review.
I never even got close to finishing Borderlands 2.
The
I
ending
really
has
have
some good feels. Like I say, storytelling is good. But then when you stop to think about it, you're like, why am I feeling like this? There's really no reason. This game makes no sense. I hate this game.
Stop
Yeah.
thinking.
It's like if you had actually given me a
What do you think too much?
if you had given me a reason to feel upset, then I wouldn't have minded so much. But I'm feeling upset, and you didn't explain any of this. Ah, I hate that game so much. Like the ending is like you should care about the villain, and I'm like, why? Why should I care about this villain? And the thing is, I was actually caring about the villain. Like, why was it doing this? There's no a lot. Oh, I hate that game so.
I think you're angry because it made you cry.
No, because Dual Destinies made me cry, and I was so happy about that. Fallout New Vegas made me cry twice. I was happy about that.
I think the only game that's ever made me cry is Gears
Final
of War
Fantasy
3.
7 made me cry when oh, what did I name her? Shit, what was her name in my playthrough? Whatever, the girl who dies. I can't remember her name. Ares? Aerith?
See, now the Aerith.
I think it's Aerith. The healer or the magic caster, I can't remember. Not Tifa, the other
Damn it!
girl.
Couldn't
The
get
other
that.
girl except for Tifa. There you go. I got it. I got
Anyway,
this.
a period in my life known as the Xbox times.
Drunken Russian gaming time.
Yeah. It did coincide with
I
that.
know.
With I think the main thing I take from that as a period of gaming was my discovery and then complete fall quickly sort of I call it an affair because it wasn't like a long lasting love, but it just came quick and it
Your
finished
life.
hard. You know
Okay.
what I mean?
Oh, you got a thunder gun?
With
Yeah, you're
yeah.
fair with consoles.
With no, well, yes, but my affair with Gears of War Gears of
Oh,
War is the
okay.
series. I love that series so much, and I don't play it anymore because, like I said, it died hard. But I still respect it, and I love it as a series. But I'm done with it. I don't play it anymore.
If it was a sequel, would
But
it die harder?
I tried the new sequel. They failed,
So
I'm
did
never
it
playing
die
it again.
harder?
Yes, I guess it died harder.
Okay, I need.
We're not talking about Bruce Willis right now. So,
What you talking about, Willis?
so
Why you?
you say that so
Why?
much. It finally has a purpose.
Okay, you're fair with Gears of War. You love the series so much. It died hard, and it died harder.
Yeah. And Gears of War 3 is the only game I've ever cried during.
Okay.
Because, I mean, have you ever played
I
Gears of War as
haven't,
a
but I've
series?
heard only good things.
Yeah, I mean, it is. In my opinion, it's. I say this, and my friends once almost tried to beat me up, but and they couldn't because I'm bigger than them. But my friends once tried to beat me up because I said Gears of War 3 was scores. Oh, sticky keys. Was scores better than Halo, and they freaked the fuck out. They were like, what the fuck? They had like a nerdgasm, and I was like, get back, and I had to fight them off with a stick. But yeah, I think Gears of War is one of the most influential series, and definitely, in my opinion, the best thing that Microsoft ever produced and ever will produce.
But what about Windows 8?
But that's just, and that's well, game wise. I'm not
What
going to
about
get into
games
their
for Windows
software.
Live? Come on, Marshall, you're ignoring the big picture here. No, games-wise, Microsoft.
But yeah, what do you think about games by Microsoft? Would you?
Well,
I mean, you haven't
I
played Gears
can't
of War,
comment
but
about
what
Halo
was-
versus Gears of War. What I'll say is Halo pleasantly surprised me for a number of years and was extremely good for what it was. And as a shooter, is one of the best of those bro shooters. They're single. Yeah.
Bro, get
Yeah,
over
well,
here.
that single player campaign was one of the best bro shooter campaigns I've had in a very long time, and I commend them for that. In fact, Microsoft are pretty good, but it's nothing special. I mean, it creates a really cool atmosphere, but it's nothing special.
Yeah, and that's to me exactly. I liked the games, and they made me play. I did finish them, so I have to say they're good. But a lot of the reasons I finished them was because my friends kept taking me on to Gears of War. Gears of War is one of those series. I call it an affair because literally for 3 weeks you couldn't contact me if you wanted to.
I pick a game every year to do that with.
It's like Marshall's. It's like, where's Marshall? Isn't he supposed to come into school today? Wasn't he supposed to take a test? And it's like, oh, sorry, no, he's having sex with a video game.
See, yeah, I pick a game every year to do that with.
You pick a game. See, I don't pick a
No,
game. It picks
if
me.
it hasn't picked me by October, I've picked it. You know what I mean? Like, if it hasn't picked me by October, I will pick it myself. Yeah,
Ready?
go for it. I'm checking my weapons anyway. Because I need that time. And last year, nothing had come along, so I decided, alright, I'll just do Pokemon this year. And god damn it, I sat on my sofa in a dark room with lots of blankets and snacks around me with headphones plugged into my 3DS playing Pokemon for 2 weeks. And I loved every second of it. And guys, that's why I'm going on hiatus at the end of November.
Whoa!
Just wanted to break it
zombie.
to you in a bit more of a quiet way.
In what
End
month?
of November. Going
Oh, okay.
into December, possibly January.
But anyway, yeah, no. Gears of War is one of those games that ruined my life for a little bit. It was so good. And the last game, I don't want to tell you anything because if there's ever a chance that you'll play it, I think it'd be a crime for me to ruin it for you. But
Unfortunately,
I'll
if
just
it was
say
on
it's-
PC, then there was a chance, but I'm pretty sure there isn't a single chance.
Gears of Wars 1 is on PC. Much like Halo 1, but then Microsoft decided, oh, we'll stop doing that for some fucking reason.
What? Look, you know the reason, and it's not that stupid. It's. I don't like it, but it's not stupid. They
Why?
need to sell Xboxes.
To sell Xboxes? Yeah,
I don't like it because console exclusive literally help nobody.
they also need to sell Windows. No,
They do, but they've got that market pretty well locked down. They don't have
do.
the console market locked down too well. They
well, they didn't at the
they
time.
still don't.
Well, during the time of the Xbox 360, it was
Oh right,
king.
I thought you meant. Oh yeah.
Now, no, it's an all-out war. Who knows who's going to come out on top in the next
I mean,
3
they
years?
both
But
made wins over the last year. I think they're both. I think PS3 is winning by like 1 million units.
both, I think all three have.
Oh,
a lot of
yeah,
a lot
the
of
Wii U
people
did
are
make it.
scores are turning out back to the Wii U because they're like, screw these two
Well,
consoles.
my thing with the Wii U, as it's always been, is you can play almost everything you can play on your Xbox One on my PC, and it's better. But with the Wii U, it's like you literally can't. You literally cannot do it. Wii U has.
It's a new console, yeah. It's
well,
a new thing. It's its own
yeah,
thing.
Nintendo's
It's Nintendo.
always done it where you can have unique experiences over here, and maybe it's not great, but in fact the Wii U is powerful. I mean, it's not as powerful as everything else, but the way they do it, it looks great sometimes. It does. I mean, it doesn't have any frame rate issues. I mean, it's good. It was 1080p for God's sake. I mean, that's fine for a console. Even the Xbox 3, even the Xbox One can't run Rise Son of Rome at 1080p.
I don't even get the point of that game. Is it as like
It's
I don't
Heavy
even know what
Rain
it
without
is.
good story. Like,
That's a great description.
it's Heavy Rain without the story. No, I take it back. It's heavy. No, to be fair, like I'm thinking about it, Heavy Rain had good atmosphere.
How does it work? Like, what is the
Quick time
genre?
event game. I think
Really?
so.
That can't be a
Well,
genre.
what's Heavy Rain then?
That's an annoying. What? That's an annoying game feature that I thought everyone just accepted
Well, there
was
was no
stupid.
game mechanics in Heavy Rain except for quick time events. So what would you consider Heavy Rain genres to be? I know obviously like narrative would be one, but what about his gameplay genre?
I don't know. I looked it up, and now that you bring it up, QuickTime Event was in the tags. Like
Is Heavy Rain
that's-
on PC
That
yet?
shit.
No,
Rise
it's Heavy
of
Rain
Rome?
on PC yet.
I don't know
Heavy
what
Rain?
that is.
Oh
Never heard of
my
the game.
God. I can't believe you've never heard of it. It was
So-
one of the most hyped up things of all time.
Of
Of
all
all time. Did you buy a PlayStation 3
I-
for $599 US? Then you didn't hear of
No.
Heavy Rain. I can't. Wait. When I
Okay.
said it's Heavy Rain without the story, why did you get that then?
I thought you were just nicknaming Rise
I
Son of
was.
Rome Heavy
No,
Rain.
Heavy Rain is a game where it's quick time event and
Oh.
it has a fantastic story atmosphere.
Oh,
It's a
I didn't know that was
it's
an
a
actual
PlayStation
game.
3 exclusive.
I thought you just meant that in Rise Son of Rome it's raining all the time, and that's the only thing the game has going for it. And I'm like, oh,
Okay,
okay.
I'll explain then. Heavy
I-
Rain is a very story-driven game, where all you do is go around fulfilling QuickTime events, and it's about a father who's looking for his son, and there is a murderer on the loose called Origami Killer, and that's all I say. In case you ever pick up a
Ooh.
PS3 for like 20 quid when the PS5 is out.
When the PS5 is out.
If you
I
do
need to get
find a
another.
budget PS3 and Heavy Rain and Mag and Uncharted.
Dude, to get PS3, I need to get another PS2. My old
Well, if you get
PS2
a PS3
broke.
that's backwards compatible, and they do exist, they're old, but they do exist.
They exist, but I don't want one.
Why? You need a new PS2, and I'm saying you get a PS3.
I'd rather get a PS2.
But then you'll miss out on Uncharted and Heavy Rain and Mag.
I can miss out on Uncharted. I've seen the Let's Play. Uncharted was one of those games where I was like, okay, this is an exclusive that I'm never going to play. I'll watch a Let's Play of it. And I was like, okay, that was decent. I didn't like it that much. I was glad I didn't play it. It's decent. I mean, I can see the appeal of it. It is its own thing. Because I went into it thinking, oh, there's going to be like Ass Creed, but...
It took me a while to figure out what you were saying then. Ass Creed. Assassin's Creed 4 was really good.
Whenever I say that, people think it's
Yeah.
a derogatory term, but I'm just lazy. I'm just really lazy. And who says asses are a bad thing?
The
So
asses themselves. One way to say.
yeah, I guess. Goddamn
Damn.
asses. Anyway. Damn asses.
Son. So this was meant to be a channel update, but I'm not going to do it now because anybody who's made it this far.
Oh,
Fine.
come on,
If the
do
FM
it.
14, 15, whatever bloody year we're on these days, series is getting finished, but who knows when because I can't be asked. But it will be finished, I promise that. And Fallout New Vegas is recorded up until the end of the year, but I'm taking a hiatus from recording when Pokemon Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby come out. So who knows what happens after the end of the year, but the end of the year is covered. Old World Blues is finished, and a little bit after that, there's also a really cool mini-series coming out right after Old World Blues, and I put a lot of work into it, so yeah, that's a thing. There you go, that's your channel update. That's it. Maybe we'll start doing Payday 2 videos, but that's probably not likely. I figured out what my next LP is going to be, but it's a secret, and Minecraft is back on Marshall's channel, which means you may see some videos flowing over here.
Yeah, wait. Oh, you will?
Maybe.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Minecraft. If you want to see Putty on my channel regularly, my channel is for those of you, for those few of you who happen to watch both of us actively, which I know there are a couple. You would know that on my channel recently that there has just been a longest hiatus, and finally, I'd say the channel is back in full swing. And it's great. Wouldn't you say just one of the greatest feelings is getting back to recording when you've been off of it for a while? It just feels good.
You know what? I know this is gonna sound a little bit. I don't know if it's gonna sound arrogant, but I've forgotten that. I've forgotten that feeling. It's been a while since I've.
You've forgotten.
It's been a while.
You've forgotten it. Much like you forget you were born. It's
No.
been that long. It's been several
But
years.
it's been a while since I've taken like a proper hiatus. I'm always on YouTube thinking about how. I'm
always on YouTube, but I'm not recording.
See, if I'm on YouTube, I think about recording, or so I'm probably editing. If I'm not editing, a week hasn't gone by in the years 2014 or 13 where I haven't edited, uploaded, or recorded a video.
See, I consider those separate things, though. What I meant is the thing I enjoy most is recording. And so when I haven't recorded specifically in a while, I was editing during the hiatus a little bit, but when I haven't recorded in a while, it just feels, I don't know, it feels really good to get back to it.
But my favorite thing is when a video's finished and it's great. Like, that's my favorite thing. When I'm like, this is actually really good. And I didn't think it was going to be. I was thinking I could do something good with it, but you know me, I'll never get it done. And then when it finally got done, I'm like, yes, this is the greatest feeling in the world. And then I upload it and it gets 2 views, and I'm like, oh well.
Yeah, that dies pretty quickly. And you show your friends, and you're like, check it out.
Yeah, because there's a friend who watched the Fallout 3 LP, and I've been trying to get him to watch specifically part like 120, I think it was, the house episode, and he wants to watch the entire series. I'm like, you're never gonna watch 120 episodes. Just watch 100. Just watch 120, please.
Hey, he watched the entire Let's Play. Give him a chance. Why don't you want him to watch the entire? I tried.
No, I
to
do, but I know he's
mine
not going to watch 120 episodes.
I know a bunch of people who that's giving him a bad rep.
Nobody
man.
knows who he is.
He knows
not
who
watching
he is.
This. If he can't make it through 120 episodes,
I-
he can't make it through 30, 40 minutes. Oh, an hour of zombies.
Once again, you're saying he can't, but he hasn't. You know what? I bet if he watches this, he's just gonna be pissed on all
He won't
levels.
watch this. He's too busy. I'm telling you.
Too busy watching
No,
your
too
Fallout.
busy, not too busy with his life.
Oh, so you know him in
Yes.
real life? Oh,
If he's on.
is
No,
it me?
I don't know you. I know that hits hard. Okay, just calm down. It's alright. Oh, you've died now. God, you could.
Yeah, I wasn't talking because I was getting beaten the shit out of by a bunch of zombies. Anyway,
Moving
I will say
on.
penises.
I'm not gonna be able to come get you. Yeah,
Really?
sorry.
You're not even gonna try?
If I get killed, then this is over, and this is going pretty well.
I mean, it's getting kind of late. Might as well die now.
My aim is still 30.
30 what?
30 rounds. That's always my aim.
Good luck.
Okay, if you leave, the game ends, so you can't leave.
I don't know what to tell you. If you're not gonna save me, I have no reason
You
to
can
stay.
get revived with your 16,000 points.
I can't revive myself. That's up to you.
No,
now
you
I'm
can
dead.
get revived at the end of the round with your...
Can't hear you. It's too late.
16,000 points.
I'm drifting towards the light.
You'll be back soon.
Wait, but no, there's not a light. It's red and fiery. Hello, Hitler. Hello, Mussolini.
You're in heaven?
What? Peter Rabbit? Why are you here? That's weird.
This is getting too weird, man.
Actually, that was... I don't think you've ever seen it, but that was... for those Scrub fans out there, that's a reference. Okay. But yeah, let's... I really hope you guys enjoy what we're doing. Actually, this is a quick update about the Minecraft series as well. Make sure, if you've made it this long, it means you're hardcore. It
does. It's like an hour.
And we're looking for hardcore people to join our Minecraft server. Keep moving.
Sorry, I have to
join our Minecraft.
No,
so you're gonna die? Oh. To join our Minecraft server, we need workers, conquistadors.
You don't need the conquistadors.
I even came up. I need a royal artist. I need a royal.
We need farmers,
messenger.
miners, and traders. That's it. And lumberjacks. There you go. So if you want to come do that for an hour and be on the series, then you can.
We also need builders.
Yes, but, you know, you can't just be a builder.
Theoretically, you could.
Yeah.
If you wanted to. If you can make a living. There's no regulation that says you can't just be a builder.
There is. You have to get assigned to a district as soon as you...
There's no regulation that says you have to do anything. You can come on the server and just fuck
yes,
around.
But if you go through immigration, then you can't just say skills are fucking around.
Yeah, you have to say skills, but if your skills are building, you get a job.
Okay.
I don't want to dissuade people by saying that they're... I don't want to narrow people's dreams down before they come on our server.
Well, they can go and fulfill their dreams.
I
You just can't do it in the Empire. It's as simple as that.
I want you guys to come on, and I think you can... If you come on the server, we can find something for you to do if you're good at it.
Even if you're not.
Don't listen to Putty. Putty doesn't have any real power. He's really just a scribe. Is his job?
Yes, indeed, indeed.
He also annoyingly misreads case law.
Okay.
I'm gonna get sued for this later, but that's okay. So what do you want to talk about next, buddy?
Well, next I need to close my door, so that's the thing. I
Again?
opened it. Now I need to close it because the cat annoyingly didn't want to go out. All right, one second.
That is how doors work.
My cat has just ripped that back to shreds. You are so annoying.
What a bitch.
Okay, I'm okay. I'm here. Someone's gotta pick up that max out. Okay. Sorry about this. Everyone's gonna hate me.
Oh.
Okay.
Why? What are you
My
doing?
mic was making terrible noises.
I mean, it was making noises.
50
but...
gigabytes were on my hard drive. Do you think that's enough to take all this footage?
Or what are you recording with?
Shadow play, which is low, which is pretty low.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say if you're recording with fraps, no, you should have already ended. It should have already crashed.
I'm really concerned. Okay, let's talk about one more topic, and then I'll check. No, let's just keep going. Let's keep going. Throw caution to the wind.
I mean, yeah. Let's just say, hey, if we don't say goodbye, it means he ran out of space, and we got abruptly
And if you don't
end
see
it.
this, it's because it's corrupted.
But then they're not
I'll put the
seeing
audio
that.
up only.
So. Okay. It's a podcast.
Yes. We did talk about some pretty cool things in this. We're starting to die off now. Yeah. Do you want to come up with a topic or something?
I'd say when it's just the two of us, it either goes completely shit up, or we actually have
Usually
meaningful
both in the
conversations.
same recording.
Yeah. There have been recordings that have just gone shit up.
Really?
I can't think of any, but I feel like they've happened.
I feel like every time we were on this map, shit just starts flowing.
Oh yeah, on this map.
We had recording sessions where we did poorly in zombies.
I can think of some killing floor recordings.
Is that because
that
of
have
your
gone
audio
shit up.
problems, though?
No, I just mean our talking.
Oh, no. I just did a dolphin
Our
dive into a bunch
conversations.
of zombies.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if I can get
Yeah,
you.
that's fine. I'm in a pretty poor place to get revived.
I can probably get you. 1 second. Let me go buy
The same
shit.
place you went down in, so. Okay. Well, that's my first down since the shitty one, I think. Yeah. Alright, so, next topic. We were talking about games. And
Games. Do you want to play them? Up next.
I'm trying to think of where we were and where to go from here. So, what genre of game would you like to see improved in the next 5 years? And how?
In the next
Years.
5 weeks? Oh, sorry, you cut out in the middle of your time frame. So, all I heard was, yeah, I think that's a tough one. Definitely, arcade racers. No, just kidding. That is a genre I've really abused. I've had no problem with, but I don't play a lot. Is racing. But anyway, I will say.
I actually play a surprising amount of racing games.
That's a tough one because I feel that, like, one might say that certain like, if you're saying a genre itself, improvements to a genre, certain genres are fully formed, I'd say, and any changes would dilute the message. I feel the idea of an RPG is fully formed.
You don't think
What
there's any
what needs
improvements
to be
that can
there?
made to RPGs?
I think there are improvements that can be made to particular games, but not to the genre itself, not to the idea of an RPG, not to what an RPG
a
is.
perfect RPG has been made.
No, but I think the idea of an RPG is perfect.
Oh, well, no, but if nobody,
I think you need
if
to. I
nobody
don't
has
know what you're
executed
asking.
that genre correct to the perfect idea, why haven't they? And how could they?
Well, once again, I'm not a critic, so don't ask me.
I'm trying
I
to
don't know
start
if someone's done it
conversation. You're
perfectly.
not helping at all.
Okay, do you just want me to tell you my honest opinion?
Just say something.
Okay, I think most RPGs I play follow the narrative very well. I think most RPGs I play do RPGs well. So yes, I don't think RPGs need to be improved upon. I don't know. I'm more than others. I'd say the one that probably needs to be improved upon the most are action games. I think action games as a genre, they've gotten led down the wrong path. I think they're in a dark place right now. I don't know what they're trying to do, but a lot of them, like Rise Son of Rome, probably would be considered an action game in an overall arching genre. It'd probably be considered an action game, and I think action games have been led astray.
Yeah,
are you there?
You're glitching up a bit, but I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. We're getting a little bit connection issues right now, but I can see lag. So, oh god, Steam in game just popped up. That is. Okay, so but that would be my answer. I would say what needs it the most desperately? Action games, because I can enjoy a good action game, but there really haven't been any good action games in a while. They need to be improved upon. Badly.
Okay, so what I was asking wasn't what needs it the most desperately, what you want to see improved.
Okay, action games. I want to see what needs it the most.
Okay,
Tomb
I'm asking
Raider.
for examples. I want a definition.
I have no idea.
What's your definition of an act?
I guess an action game is a game in which the focus are events in a quick succession that you have to react to rather
events
quickly.
in a quick succession that you have to react to, as in like Europa Universalis, where events come up and you must react to them.
In Europa Universalis, you can pause the game, take an hour to react to something. You can plan everything out through, meticulously before you take action.
It must be real
time. That is
time.
not an action. Yes.
So say
action
Dungeons
must
of
be real
Dreadmore,
time.
where events come up and they must be reacted to.
Never played
It's
it.
a roguelike game.
A
Okay.
rogue?
Okay, so
So it's a sneaky
No.
game.
it's a
You said it's a
it's
rogue-like
like
game.
Rogue, where if you die once, you don't come back, and you pick up items. It's character progression. It's a dungeons game.
Okay. What
Well,
about
events come up in rapid succession, and you have to react to them, and it's real time.
it? Okay.
Therefore, is it an action
Yeah.
game?
I've never played it. Is it? I have no idea.
See, that's what
What is it? What's the genre?
roguelike.
I've never played this game.
That's
I
the
don't know
genre.
Never played Rogue.
I'm not. I was trying to give you examples. I'm
sorry.
trying to help.
I don't know what
Okay,
Rogue
I'm
is.
just trying to help you, and you're not very receptive to being helped. Help you
what?
define the
I
genre.
told you
I'm
my
helping you
honest
define the
opinion.
genre. I'm selling you games where I'm telling you points where your definition is a bit loose.
I mean,
Is Tomb Raider an action game? Is Fallout an action game?
Yeah.
Is
No.
God of War an action game? Is
Yes. Although God of War's part like fighting. No, God of War's mainly.
Is
action.
Bayonetta an action game?
I've only seen gameplay of it, but I would say maybe. No, I don't know. It's kind of a weird game.
Is BioShock an action game?
In the most basic sense. See, if I'm saying just an action game, it could fall under an action game. But if I'm saying it is like an action game, and that's all
Call
it
of
is,
Duty
no.
an action game?
Once again, if that's all we're saying it is, no. Call of Duty's probably
So
foremost
what
a
I
shooter.
think I'm getting from you is the spectacle fighter genre, roughly. Oh, wait, is Uncharted an action game? Is
Oh yeah.
Assassin's Creed an action game? Right, so
Yeah.
it's weird. You have a mixture of two commonly defined genres there. Okay, right. Well, it's hard to actually like say that genre needs improvement when you've got games like Metal Gear Revengeance. You ever played that?
No. Maybe there's lots of good games I haven't
Do you
played. and maybe
really
it
want
needs
this
own
genre
improvement.
to improve? You don't seem like you're going after the games that are widely.
The genres I like that I play the most, I don't
At
need
all.
them to be
You're-
improved. So I don't require them to. No.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, do you have a vision for them in the future to be improved? Is there anything that's like, oh, you know what? If this game could just evolve that little bit, then it's gonna be even more awesome, and I would love that to happen.
Trying to think of a game that I want to be better. Because like for example, Fallout, I think it has such a great formula to it that as long as they keep with that formula, then they're on the right track. I'd say I don't know. Maybe you should talk about this because you seem to have a much better formed opinion about it than me. So maybe you should lead
My
this
biggest
conversation.
thing would be the way the whole world reacts to you in RPGs. I feel like it's such a static environment at the moment.
Yeah, you've talked about that before. I know what you're talking about.
I would love
Yeah.
it so much. Is if in quest-based RPGs, if certain quests became inaccessible to you because they didn't fit who you were at that point.
And
Also
if there's
timing.
timing.
If events don't wait for this chosen character to come along, things can happen. Cities and wars can advance without the player character being there. That would be awesome. If suddenly the world was a different place.
And there are games like that, but they're not
And they're
usually
not
RPGs.
executed correctly.
Like, I think RPGs need to look at other games that have done this. Certain turn-based games, because the definition of a turn-based game is no matter what you do, things are happening around you. So an RPG needs
Grab
to
ammo,
look
grab
at the
ammo.
structure of a turn-based game.
Yes.
Are you looking at me? You died? What happened? I'm so sorry I didn't get you up. Oh no. You were pressing the nails to me so finely. I guess now that you said that, it has. Oh shit! Fuck fire! What did I just do? I just went up into a dick hole. Okay. I would say then I would like to improve RPGs, I guess, because they are probably the genre I play the most. And I think one thing I really want from RPGs in general is a more a more well defined at the end of the day just better backstories for characters, because I feel like now, and I think some games do this well, but I think a lot of games throw you characters and they want you to connect to that character, but they haven't given you a reason why. And I will say Fallout 3, a good example of that is the companions in Fallout 3, which you've brought up before. Companions in Fallout 3 are absolute bullshit. They're just sort of there. They just sort of fight with you, and that's nice, and they steal your XP. But yeah, they don't have a reason for you to be involved. So I guess I'd like all RPGs to have better characters that fight alongside you, better companions, and also better just side characters in general. That would be me.
That's a nice one. For another genre, I feel like with shooters, I feel like we're at the point where we can move beyond. You have to be the superhero shooter. If you know what I mean, you don't have to kill everyone in a shooter. You can have a good shooter with stealth mechanics. You can have a good shooter with non-lethal mechanics. You cannot tell a good story when your main character is slaughtering everyone. That is a serious narrative limitation.
See, but should the focus on a shooter be the story?
I feel like if there were a mixture between shooters that were mechanics based and shooters that were story based, that'd be fine. But at the moment, you just cannot tell a good story in a classic shooter at the moment. Just can't do it. I have not seen it done, because with the focus on killing, you just can't do it. You just can't do it. And I think, in my opinion, I would love to see shooters where you could tell a great story. And right now, you just can't. You can't really do it. BioShock Infinite was a great example of a game that was wasted because of its genre. And so I'd love it if shooters could be... I'd love it if shooters could move beyond that. I mean, look at Deus Ex Human Revolution took good steps, but we have another game like it since.
See, I think if you're taking Deus Ex Revolution as an example, then lots of games fall under the auspices of a shooter.
Yeah, but those games that I think you're talking about, I don't think they hit the mark. Like the Tom Clancy series.
What? Yeah. Tom Clancy? I never brought up that.
What games were you talking about?
When?
When you said, if you're including Deus Ex under that, guys, then a lot of games could...
Fallout. The Fallout 3 and New Vegas could also...
Yeah, but even then they suffer from the problem of permanently hostile enemies that you have to kill to progress the story. So I think that is a limitation with Fallout 3 and New Vegas, is that you have to kill those people. Whereas with Deus Ex Human Revolution or...
In Fallout 3, you can just mesmerize everyone. You don't have to kill them. But yeah, I think I agree. I agree. That is something that I think I agree with you that not a lot of games do that. I disagree with you in the fact that it matters. I don't think it really hinders. For me personally, it does. I can take in a story while shooting a bunch of people just fine. I guess you'd have to explain to me somehow exactly why killing people ruins a narrative.
Because I cannot care about the character when he has done such horrific things. He's not a character that I care about anymore. Unless you're telling the story that the character is not a good person. In the case of Red Dead Redemption. And that's the only game I've seen it done really well. And that's not...
Or in BioShock Infinite.
Even then, it doesn't really make it clear from the start that this is a story about redemption. This is a story about a guy that you don't... That's the bad guy. That's trying to do everything right, but just is a bad guy. From the start, the theme isn't that he's a bad guy. The theme is that he is your player character. He's your hero. In fact, the box art is him standing in front of an American flag, for God's sake. Like, he is presented as a hero.
Yes, but at the end you find
Perhaps
out
at
he's
the end
the
you
villain.
find that, but that doesn't help with the narrative as the game goes on. The ending can.
Well, as the game goes on, you find out he's a villain because he's killing all these
Yeah,
people.
but because of.
And he continuously
because of-
talks about his past, how he has killed lots of people. He was a Pinkerton. You know, he
Because
beat
of
up people.
traditional shooter
He killed people.
ideologies, you don't instantly associate kills lots of people with bad person. You have to have that thing where it's like, why is he a bad person? If he doesn't explain why, like from the start, you need to have that ideology that this isn't someone we should be rooting for. Otherwise, people are going to root for him, and I have a problem with that. I'm going to end the recording off here because we have no gameplay to talk over.
What?
I said I'm going to end the
what'd you say?
recording because we have no gameplay to talk over. All right, happy
Yeah, that's
Halloween, everyone.